can't stop it there!
You've got to be joking!
Why have you stopped it?
I'll show you what happened later.
That's evil!
It stops people turning over to Heartbeat.
Well, let's do the news then.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay,
Yeah.
news this week. This week, in fact, it has become illegal to use your mobile phone in the car. As we know, you're not allowed to hold it. Yes, it's
Oh, I didn't
fine.
know that.
You may have heard mention of this. But apparently, it's not legal to talk on your telephone, but you can still send text messages.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
I mean, the police can still do you for reckless driving, as always, but under the new laws, texting genuinely isn't covered. If it's on your dashboard in a little holder, you know, the usual things, you can still...
Drive along and text?
Yeah. Oh, my God, I'm going to have a terrible crash. Oh, I have.
There was a marvellous thing. I was listening to Radio 2 this week. No reason to mind, yes, it's a very good radio station. And there was a marvellous letter on it from a guy who said that he thinks this new law is a very good idea because he said he'd seen a woman driving along the middle lane of the motorway on the mobile phone. She'd veered in front of him, causing him to drop his razor into his cornflakes, which had splashed all over his crossword and ruined his day.
Well, yeah, that's just...
So I think the mobile phone ban's a very good idea.
They're lethal.
Yeah, they are lethal.
Text.
Moving on, I'd just like to say at this stage, if I may, that the Ford Fusion, we've been very unkind about it in recent weeks. I think it's a very good car. The Ford C-Max, which is a slightly taller version of the Focus, is a great car.
Really? Jeremy, would this have anything to do with this missive that we received in the Top Gear office recently?
What is that?
It's about the Ford GT. Apparently, 2,150 people have put the name down to buy one of these, including you.
Yeah.
But Ford have announced in this that only 101 GTs will now be brought into Europe.
Oh, I didn't know that.
More to the point, they're not going to decide. They're not going to decide who gets one by pulling names out of a hat. Oh no, they're going to decide just to let them go to people they like.
Oh, really?
People who perhaps haven't
I was unaware of that.
People who maybe haven't said nasty things about their car.
Jeremy, I'm wondering if you are the same Jeremy Clarkson who said, I'd rather go to work on my hands and knees than drive there in a Ford Galaxy.
No,
Sounds familiar.
I was young and foolish when I wrote that.
Whoever designed the Ford Galaxy upholstery had a cauliflower fixation.
Yeah, again, I've grown up a lot. I can now see the Galaxy as a
I would rather have a vasectomy than buy a Ford Galaxy.
I repudiate, reject absolutely any suggestion that I'm going to compromise my professionalism and suck up to Ford just so that I can get one of those. Okay, got that clear?
Okay, now do you remember a few weeks back we looked at the VW Touareg, which we didn't like?
Yeah, that's awful.
There is a new version out. It's by some tuners called Abt, who prepare Audi's racing cars. Would you like to have a look at it?
Yes, please.
Here it comes. Is that not the most vulgar and monstrous car you have ever seen?
I love it.
I think it's fantastic.
No, you don't.
I do.
Look at that front end.
It's glorious. And I'll tell you something else I know about this, Richard, OK? You know it's got the V10 diesel engine in it.
Yes.
They've tuned it up so it now develops more power than a 4.6-litre petrol X5, more than a ML55
the big Merc,
Merc, and more than the KNS. So
It's hideous.
It's going to go like stink.
It's fantastic.
brilliant.
It's revolting.
It
It's
looks
got big drug dealer wheels
22
and
inches of wheels.
blacked out
22.
windows for pimps.
It's a superb car.
You really like that?
Yes.
You think that's fabulous?
Yes.
You think it's better than a Ford Explorer, for example?
Oh, good point.
No, obviously not. It's not. It's not that good.
Right. I want to talk about insurance companies briefly.
Yeah.
Stay with me, please. That's not the most promising start, I realise. They've started recently using lie detectors, so they use them over the telephone so that when people try and con them out of money, you know, say, tell them lies, they can find out. The latest company to start doing that is eSure, and I can tell them it's a good decision to start using those because another insurance company said since they introduced lie detectors on their telephones, the number of cars, 25%, in fact, 25% of cars reported as stolen have come back. They just come back.
What, is it that car that I reported as stolen last week before you got your lie detectors?
It's come back.
I've just looked in my garage and it's there.
Just while I was chatting, I moved the curtains, and there it was all along. It's amazing, isn't it?
Alistair Darling, I'm sure you've read in the papers that he has announced that, yes, there are too many speed cameras in Britain. And what's more, the Department for Transport has said that if we write in complaining about an inappropriately sighted speed camera, they'll do something about it. So, to save you the trouble, we've had a special map made showing where all the inappropriate speed cameras are. So I think you got them all, then. I think you got the lot.
I've got a great letter here that was in one of the newspapers last weekend, and it's from a retired police officer, and he's spent 30 years basically working out what causes car crashes, and he says it's got nothing to do with slight infringements of the speed limit. Causes he'd most readily identify are careless right turn, aggressive high-speed driving, the born-again biker, you two, poor vehicle maintenance, drink driving, and the very elderly.
Well, we could have told
And you
them.
read that and you think, that's the truth.
Somebody talking
It's
sense.
not people doing 34. My mother has a speeding conviction. She honestly considered suicide. I mean, look, she's 120/12. She's got a speeding conviction for doing 32 miles an hour. Right, that's enough news. What are we doing next?
I'll
he's got a
tell you
link.
what we're doing next.